Can you see my screen? My screen is visible, students. Students, is my screen visible?
Yes, Mr.
Okay. Uh, Last class, I have given you exercise and I have made you solve the problems in this lecture 5, that is project time management or schedule management. So we have learned in this one how to plan the schedule of the project, then how to define the activities, after that sequence the activities, yani with the help of a network diagram and dependencies. So network diagram, again, there are two types. One is called activity on arrows. Another is called number two, activity on nodes. Okay, so we have seen those diagramming technique. This is called activity on arrows, that is arrowing diagrammatic method. Another one is precedence diagramming method, PDM, or it is also called activity on nodes. So I have taught you how to analyze the relationship and draw the network diagram. After you draw the network diagram, then how to calculate the forward pass and the backward pass. So what are the rules here? See, this is all we have defined and we have exercised these things. Also, in the last class, I have given you the practical demonstration how to do this, create this network diagram in your Primavera. Okay, so any doubts so far you have in this one, how to draw this, how to do this one? This is a very important topic. Okay, where is the like this is called the network diagram using activity on nodes, activity on node technique. Okay, this one. What technique is this one? This is called activity on, sorry, not this one. Precedence diagramming method or activity on nodes. This one, PDM, right? So this is the one. So for this question, okay, activity days in duration. This is in days or in weeks. Then precedence or predecessor or dependency. Any name can be given. Okay. So you have, imagine A, activity A, activity B, activity C, sorry, activity D, like this. Okay. So right? So for this one is 5 days. Uh, B is how many days? 3 days duration. C is 4 days, right? D is 2 days, and E is 3 days, right? So here there is no dependency. For B and C, A is the dependency, right? For D, B and C are the dependencies. B and C. And for E, D is the dependency, right? So this is the table, and you are using what technique? Activity on nodes, or precedence diagramming method. Okay. So you are drawing the network diagram starting from day 0. So that will be like this. And you are going to calculate what? First is drawing the network diagram. Number 2 is forward pass calculation and backward pass calculation. Path list down, list all the paths, then find the CPM, critical path method, yani the longest path. So this is the paths you have, path 1, path 2. The longest path CPM is this one. Okay. So you have found this solution. So the same thing, how you can draw using Primavera. So Primavera, I start this application and I will show you. This is admin default. I have given this password. I will not create WBS. I will directly create the activities. Okay. I think only this one only. I think I will close this. I will create a new project, right? Which is an IT project. So I choose here IT, but name of the project, you want to give any name, you can give the name like UMass or advising management system. Okay, then I finish it. Now here directly I will go to create the activities. So activities, okay, select the project now, open the project. File, open, IT project where, see this one, UMass, open. Okay, then in this, I'm going to create the activities. Activity first name is A. This like a table. Okay, activity A. Another one I will add activity B. Right. Similarly, I will add one more activity C. Right. Then another activity I will add D. Right. Last one E. Okay. So these are the activities I added now. A, B, C, D, E. Now duration, yani how many days each activity is. So activity A is here 5 days. So this is duration. So if you don't find this duration, you have to add the column from this one. See, this is columns icon. When you click this, here you can find duration. Okay, it is here. Activity duration, original duration. I think actually already we added here. If you don't add, this will come here and then you can send it using this button. Then you click OK, then it will come here. So now I will enter the number of days for this activity. How much? 5 days for A. So here I will enter number 5, right? For A. Then for B, how much? 3 days. Where is B? This one. 3 days, right? Then for C, 4 days. Where is C? Yeah, already 4. Then for D, 2 days. Then for E, 3 days, right? So these are my activities I have done. I have entered this column. I have entered this data. Now relationship, precedence. So for A, see here, predecessor. Suppose you don't find this column, you have to add this column from here. Okay, search here, predecessor. Already I added that one here, see, predecessors. So if you don't add, then it will come here, then you select it, then click this button, it will be added to this list, then click OK. Now you can see the predecessor here. So for A, there is no predecessor. For B, A is the predecessor. So here you can double click and choose, double click A. Now see here, the ID of activity A, that is A1000 is coming here. So Yani, to start this C activity, you must complete A. Similarly for B also, you need to complete activity A. Okay. So for see here table. For B, A is the predecessor, and for C, A is the predecessor. So both we have entered now. Now for D, there are two predecessors, B and C. So choose now. So B, now see the B is coming. Then C, right? So both has been coming here, B and C. So check the numbers there. 1010 is B and 1020 is C, right? And for last one, activity E, who is the predecessor? D. So D means here is 1030 class. Now file refresh, it is saved. Now you want to see the network diagram. You can see the network diagram like this here. Now you can see here where is the picture? Hmm. Now, what is the critical path here? See, A, C, D, E. Now here you can see here in the red color, zoom it. This is A, activity, बाद activity C, बाद D, बाद E. So that is what you have, no? A, C, D, E, right? A, it's in red color, C, D, E, red color. So like this, the network diagram and the critical path can be created using Primavera software. So this is the diagram. If you want the table like this, if you want the Gantt chart like this, So you have practiced this one, no? Some students have practiced this in the last class. Yes or no? Like this. This is your Gantt chart. This is your activity table. And this is your network diagram. So what the technique is this? This is the technique. So two techniques I have told you, right? This is one. Another one is activity on arrows is a technique, this one. So we have exercised most of the things. One more technique is there. So we have seen this one, Gantt chart. What is Gantt chart? Gantt chart is this one. It shows you the activity starting on which date and ending on which date, like that. Each activity is displayed here, the schedule of the activity, starting date, ending date. So starting ending dates are given here. This is the start date of the project. This is the ending date of the project. Okay. Now, what I was telling you here, critical path analysis is a technique or tool to control the project schedule. Now, I will show you this one. This we have already seen. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. This one is not discussed here, but it is also one of the tools before the project managers. So project managers may use Gantt chart to display the schedule, to control the schedule, this one or this one. And also this one is a last technique or tool called PERT. Project evaluation and review technique is a tool through which you can control the risks on the project time. Right? What is this one? PERT, program evaluation and review technique, or project evaluation and review technique. This is called the weighted average formula for estimating the duration of each project activity. So what is the formula here? Optimistic time plus 4 multiplied by most likely time plus pessimistic time, then divide by 6. So this will give you the time or the weighted average duration for a particular activity. If you don't know that how long it will take to complete the task or what is the duration of that activity, then this is the technique or a tool before the project manager they can use to find out each activity's duration. So let us say here, for example, where it is. This one, right? So here, let us say these are my project team members, Asma, Marwa, Zainab. Okay. And this is, imagine like this is the birthday party. This is a project to arrange the birthday party. And these are the activities. Number one is decide the place, 2 days, invite the guest 1 day, then buy the food 6 hours, uh, entertainment, number four activity, number five activities, arranging the foods. Right. So I asked like, for instance, to do, let us take one example like login screen or login page. You are designing a login page. I ask Asma, the project team member. I am a project manager. I ask Asma, Asma, can you design a login page? She will say yes. Okay, then how many days you will finish it? She is telling the optimistic time, 8 days. 8 days, she said. So I considered it as optimistic. Same task, I asked for the another team member, Marwa. Marwa, can you design the login page? Then Marwa is replying to me, okay, I will do it, mister, but I need 15 days. Okay, then I kept it as pessimistic. Then last one more candidate team member, I asked Zainab, can you design the login page? She is telling 10 days. So one team member has told 8 days it will take to complete the login page. The second student is telling 15 days to complete the login page. The third team member is telling 10 days to complete the login page. Now I am the project manager. So whom I should listen? Whom I should trust? Asma or Marwa or Zainab? So as a project manager, I apply this formula. What is the positive, what is the negative, and what is the average time? Optimistic, most likely, pessimistic. So optimistic time here I find like 8 days. 8 plus 4 multiplied by most likely. 15 days is the average. Negative way, sorry, this is a negative way. So most likely is 10 days. So 4 into 10. So Marwa is 15 days means too much, too high. The date, what time she's telling to complete the task is very high. 15 days she want to take to complete the login page design. So now you carefully apply these values here in this formula, multiply it. So here you need to follow the precedence here. Multiplication is having high priority. You should not add first 8 plus 4. If you do like that, then you will get the wrong answer. So you will lose marks. So in this computing calculations or expressions, you need to apply precedence rule, priority. So multiplication is having high priority than addition. So first you multiply these two items, these two operands, 4 and 10. It will be 40. Now you have plus only. So 8 plus 40, 48, 48 plus 15 will come down to 63. Now divide by 6, it will come 12.5 days. That means to design the login page, it will take 12.5 days, not 8 days or not 10 days or not 15 days. So I estimated the task duration as 12.5 days. As a project manager, this is the weighted average value, which is known as project evaluation and review technique. Okay, you remember this formula. So that is what this one. So here is another example you have. So let us say that you want to calculate a piece of work, yani some work like homepage. You want to design a homepage of a web application or any application. So most likely it will take 10 working days. The best case is 8 days. The worst case is 24 days. Right? Now you have the formula, you apply the values, then you will come down to find the weighted average value. So 12 days is the weighted average value. You got it here. Understand? So this is the way how the project managers will apply this technique, PERT analysis. So you have seen 1, 2, 3. This one is not given in your syllabus. So that is also one of the tool or the technique to help or which will help the project manager in order to schedule the development of the project. Right? Is this clear, students, this one? Program evaluation and review technique. Students, the question will be asked like this. Then you have to find the answer. This is the question. For this question, they will ask you to find the weighted average value using this PERT analysis technique. Then you have to apply this formula and you have to find the answer. Understand? So how many you have seen now? How many you studied now? Activity on notes, activity on arrows, then what evaluation techniques. So these are all the tools. You can use these tools to find the schedule of the project, right? To find the schedule of the project and to estimate the duration of the task or activity of your project, etc. So this is your Gantt chart. Gantt chart means the bar representation of your activities, which day you are starting and which day you are ending, and the dependencies. The dependencies also I show you here last time. Now see here, predecessors, successors for A. Now you can see here, this is the successors for activity B, this type of relationship. FS, I told you this one. What is this one? These are known as task dependencies. So what type of relationship you have between task A and task B? Is it finish to start? Is it start to start? Is it finish to finish? Or it is start to finish? So that you can give here. So already we have given no here in the predecessor, this dependency we have given for this project. So likewise, you may have sometimes like maybe SF or SS or some other relationship. So you have to choose from here. Okay. So this is the chapter or the lecture which is using uh, these different tools to make you understand how to schedule the project and how to manage the time of your project or schedule of the project by finding the critical path, okay, and finding the delay, etc. So this is the end of your project and fifth lecture. And these are the different exercises you have. You can precedence diagramming method. So the same technique, the same what I have given you here, not this one. This one, same like that. You can exercise for these values. So the questions will be asked like this from the given table. You calculate the early start, late finish, end dates, floating for each activity in the network and write the paths, find the critical path duration. So you have to answer like this. So forward pass, what is a backward pass? What are the values? What are the paths? Slack time, float time, path, the critical path. Understand this one, student? How to evaluate this one will be asked in the exam. You need to practice it thoroughly. Many times you have to practice. If you don't practice, you will make mistakes in solving the problem. And if you make mistakes, then you will lose the marks. Understand? This is clear, students? Yes or no?
Yes.
So now you have the idea how to schedule your project and how to manage your project using these all tools and techniques. This is called time management or schedule management. Okay. Now, shall I move to the next lecture if you don't have any doubts here? Online class also, why many students are absent? These boys are all out. Only Muhammad is there, Hamid is there, Ahmad is there, Muhammad is there. Okay, girls, what happened to girls? Many girls. Okay, so now this is about your lecture time management. Next lecture is about uh, managing the cost. Managing the cost of the project. Yani money. Money involved in the project. Number 6 is cost management. Number 5 we have seen time management. Number 4 is scope. So scope, time, cost. What is this one? Iron triangle. So now this lecture is how to manage the money. Teaching you how to manage the money. So what is this one? Why is important? And what are the principles of cost management? How to plan? How to estimate the cost? Find out the total cost of the project and how you can control using this technique is explained to you in this lecture 6. That is project cost management. Okay, so what is this cost management definition? You can see here. It is the process of assessing, monitoring, controlling the money of your project. So the project should be completed in line with this budget, allocated budget and requirements, what is mentioned by the client, isn't it? Girls, boys, you are all staying in hostel, right? You stay in the hostel, you manage your expenses, yani your daily expenses and the monthly expenses. So you will bring money from your home, your father or your mother, they give you some money to manage your expenses. Like daily, you need to buy food, you eat food. Okay, for using the internet, you buy the internet package from Hayat or Uridu or some other subscribers. Other things to make photocopy, to binding, okay, buying the pen, paper, pencil, blah, 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 stationaries. For that all, to manage your clothes, to wash your clothes, to do the laundry, everything you have to pay, you have to manage. So you bring the money from your parents, that is from your father. Imagine that your father is giving 100 real for 1 month for a XYZ student. So that XYZ student has to complete 1 month. In that money only she has to manage or he has to manage. What are the expenses you have? That expenses you have to manage and control and complete the project. That means 1 month you take only 100 real, not more than that. So that is the meaning here. What the project manager has to do, the project manager has to manage the cost of the project, right? So you are a student, you want to manage your expenses, then you will properly assign, like for food, this many real, for internet, this many real, for buying the clothes, this many real, for for doing laundry, this much real, buying the paper, pen, other books, this much real. Like that, you divide the money and allocate the money for each of the project activities. Understand? So it is very, very important. This managing cost, it will set the project's baseline. Baseline means foundation. What is this baseline? Yani foundation cost, yani the initial cost of the project. So I am telling 100 riyal as a father, I give to my children 100 riyal to go and stay in the hostel. But the student, I mean, my daughter can get maybe 105 riyal for monthly expense, or she may manage for 1 month expenses in 90 riyal itself. She can save 10 riyal. It is up to her how she manage the expenses of her living. So, but 100 riyal is the foundation cost, baseline cost, which will help in predicting the expenses and the revenues of the business so that you can avoid the loss or over budget of the project. As a father, I cannot give you 200 riyal, or I cannot give you like 50 riyal, very less. I cannot give you more, I cannot give you less, I will give you some 100 riyal. I'm telling you, manage this money for 1 month. So you will allocate for each project activity some amount. Then you will start doing your work and complete the work and give it to the customer. So what is this baseline? Cost baseline definition is this one. It is the authorized spending plan across the life cycle of your project. So for analysis, how much money? For design, how much money? For coding, how much money? For testing, how much? For implementation, how much? So this total should be 100 riyal, like that. Understand? This is a total estimated cost, initial cost, which is known as baseline. Right? Next, why this is important? So if you don't do this one, what will happen? See, project resource planning. Identify the required resources to accomplish a project and ensure the following. People are not overloaded. Yani, if there are 3 members in my project team, each must get equal amount of work. One should not get high work, another should not get less work, and another should not get zero amount of work. Should be a balance, and the time should be spent very well in doing the tasks. Money should be allocated properly. So these I must ensure to plan the resources. Yani, how many people I need to do the SIMS application development? That I have to calculate. Exactly. Then by identifying that, I should calculate the total cost of the project. Cost estimation of the project also I need to do. The approximate money that is needed to complete the project activities. Last one, through cost budgeting, we can estimate individual activities cost. Yani, like I told you, analysis how much amount you need. Designing of the project, how much amount you need. Testing, implementation, like that, support, total will come down to some value. That is your cost budgeting. And using this cost baseline, you will allocate the money to each task. If you don't do this properly, later you have to spend more money. Later, you need more people. So in the beginning of the project itself, properly estimate, properly calculate how many team members you need to do your work. How much money you need, how much machine you need, how many servers you need. All these things you need to estimate it. So then only we can calculate the total cost of the project and then allocate the budget to each activity. Understand? So that is why this cost management is very important. Previously, you have learned how to manage the time. Now you are going to learn how to manage the cost of the project. So in that way, you can control the project cost. So the benefit of this process is to provide the difference, variance means difference from plan to action. What is the amount you planned, and when you put it in action, how much amount of money you have spent? That we are going to compare, right? So this is what called this project cost management. That is why this is important. If you estimate it wrong, then finally you will be in loss because of your wrong calculations. So to design the Sims application, like you need maybe 6 team members, but you wrongly calculated only 2 members. So 2 members means you will be heavily loaded. The work will be too much high. With pressure, you may not complete the project of Sims application in 6 months. So because of the wrong calculation, it will bring you the loss for your project. So you have to calculate it properly and assign that budget properly. Cost meaning what? See here. In the project management, what you will do? You will start the project plan. You will execute the project plan. You will control the project and you will complete the project by achieving some requirements. The objectives of the project with like deadline 6 months. In the Sims, you will do attendance, timetable, grade entry. Okay. Like these items you will do in the Sims within 6 months. This is the plan. So cost management means for each activity you have to handle, you have to assign some money. Okay. Plan, control, and handle the money of your business project. It covers all the types of cost. What type of cost we will learn now slowly. It involves the cost that cover to perform all the activities. Okay. So that is why this cost, you should know what is a cost and what is the price. Now, types of cost. So these definitions you should understand. We have to do a problem manually on the paper. You need to solve. Also in the Oracle Primavera, we solve this problem, right? So types of cost means there are two types of cost here, like direct cost and indirect cost. Yani to produce a product or a unit, what is the amount of cost? Example, see here, cookie, you are manufacturing a cookie in your company. So the raw materials or the number of hours you worked to make a cookie are called direct costs. Yani to buy the raw materials, you buy the sugar, you buy the dough, you buy the flour, you buy some other ingredients, color, chocolate, etc. And you prepared that for 8 hours or 6 hours. You prepared the cookies within 8 days, 8 hours. So you have to calculate those things. It will come down to the value which is known as direct cost. And property rental, yani the shop rent, ijar you have to give, advertising the business, managing your equipments, paying salaries to the employee. These are all called what? Indirect cost. They cannot be linked to the production. So direct cost, indirect cost. Two types of cost are there here. Another one is fixed cost, variable cost. So fixed cost in our example of a cookie here, production, raw material, electricity or transports are variable. Yani they are keep on changing. They depend on the level of activity, while rent is fixed. Every month you pay the rent of your shop. Every month you pay the advertisement fees for your business. Every month you pay the telephone bill, fixed bill. So these are your fixed cost and these are your variable. Variable means what? Different, yani changing. So 1 month you may get the items in less money. The next month, the same items, it will become very expensive. So raw materials will become very expensive in the next month. That is called variable cost, right? So fixed cost, variable cost, direct cost, indirect cost. Another types of costs are recurring costs. Recurring means repeated. Non-recurring means they are not repeated, only one time. So non-recurring costs are, for example, like see, asset damage. So damage of the machine or equipment can be only for one time or two times, not every day or every month. But recurring costs are salaries. Every month you have to pay the salary. Every month you have to pay the rent of your shop. Every month you need to subscribe internet or some other service. These are called recurring cost, yani repeated cost. Non-recurring cost is the asset damages or restructuring cost or the legal cost. This will come very rarely, right? The another one, last one called capital expenditure or operating expenditure. Capital expenditure means a long-term cost, while operational means day-to-day, which includes your day-to-day means what? Like see here, in the capital expenditure, physical assets, buying the machines, buildings, equipments, machinery, vehicles. So these are all comes under capital expenditure. Yani to start the company, you need to spend this much money. Operations means daily activities, salary of the employee, rent of the building, utilities, property tax, cost of the amount of goods you sold. These all comes under OPEX, operational cost. You need to know these terms. Why means in the problem, you will find these types of words. So you need to understand these words there to solve that problem. Now, profit, faida. This is nothing but the revenue you generated minus the total expenditure. Then you will find the profit. So life cycle cost, yani the total cost of your project throughout the life cycle. Life cycle, you have what? Analysis, design, coding, testing, implementation, support. These are all the life cycles. So during these all phases, whatever cost you incur, collective cost is known as your profit. Sorry, this life cycle cost. Life cycle cost. Example here, see. John wants to buy, John's want to purchase a car of worth $1,200,000. Calculate the car life cycle cost. If John plans to sell the car after 5 years, the residual value is 3,000. Yani, you will not get 12,000. You may get 8,000, $9,000 when you sell after some years, 5 years. Okay, as per the estimates, the annual expenses of car maintenance is $1,000 for repairing and maintenance. And for buying the gas, yearly $3,500. Now consider the rate of interest riba is 8%. Now, if you calculate it like how many months you need to take the loan. So when you go and buy the car, this type of example will be given to you, right? So that is, see, such type of question will be given to you. This is the case study question. So you have to find the life cycle cost. So life cycle cost is nothing but the total here. You need to memorize this formula. Is this clear, students? So this type of question will come in the exam. Do you understand, students? Now see here the formula. Life cycle cost, you need to remember this one. Life cycle cost is equal to the cost plus initial cost is C plus planned value recurring cost, planned value, residual value. So residual means salvage, the diminishing value you have. So now here initial cost of your project is $12,000. Maintenance for every year, gas repair, here for repair 1,000, for gas 3,500, and diminishing interest rate like is 3,000. So 8% of interest, and you have taken the loan for 5 years. So recurring costs are how much here? 3,000 plus 100, right? 4,500 will come every month for petrol and for repairs, right? So planned value is 17,967. Residual value, this much. Understand? So you supply all these values and find out what is the planned value of recurring, like this one. Then what is the planned value of residual? This. Then finally you add it. Initial cost plus planned value of RC, planned value of residual. Then this is the life cycle cost of your project. So $27,925 is the annual life cycle cost of your project. So this type of question will be given to you, students. So they will give you this table with values, but they may not give you the total, this one. Where is it? This value, they will not be given. This value, they will not be given. So you need to calculate the planned value of recurring cost, planned value of residual value. Then finally, you substitute them in this formula. Then you will get the answer as this is the life cycle cost. So such type of question you may get, students. Is this clear, all of you?
Yes, Mr.
You have to do the calculator and calculate it. See, this one is to the power of -5 is there here. To the power of -5. Minus to the power of -5. Yeah. Such type of formulas you should remember, students, from this lecture. This is also a very important topic. Cost management. You may get the question from this one. Now, some more words you need to learn is called tangible assets, intangible, tangible benefit, intangible benefit. Okay. Direct and indirect cost, you already know this one. So tangible means in Arabic, what you say here, tangible asset. For example, gold. You have gold. You can touch and you can feel the gold, isn't it? But whereas software is there, can you touch? Can you feel software? Can you touch? Can you feel the program? Can you touch? Can you feel? No. So similarly here, tangible cost, intangible cost you have. So tangible cost means you can instantly see the money to purchase the materials, that is tangible cost, hardware, paying to the employees, that one. Intangible means cost that is not seen, but it affects your future, such as see customers feedback, okay, competitors view, organizations view, training cost, improve the morale of the employee. So these are all the costs which you cannot see. It may come in your project. Whereas tangible means you can directly, instantly see those costs to buy the hardware, to buy the software, to give the, what do you call, paying salaries of the employee, those things. So direct cost, indirect cost, I have told you. So salary is a direct cost, paying the electricity bill, coffee, tea, tissue paper, furniture. These are all called your indirect costs. Okay, all these terms you need to understand because in the problem, you have to search these words and solve the problem in the question. Another one term you should understand is sunk cost. Sunk cost means the money which is already lost, already you spent in the past project. Let us say that you are having a shop. You spend $30, $30,000 training your employees and how to use the new software you have installed on your computers in the company. After a period of time, the software is no longer up to the standard. Then it is required that you need to use some other software. Then again, you have to train your employees. Again, 30,000 you have to spend. The previous 30,000 is gone. Now the new Barnama Gigi. So to do the training, Tadrib, so $30,000 again you have to spend. This is called sunk cost. Any the cost which you cannot recover it. It is gone already. You understand what is a sunk cost? Yes or no? Sunk cost. Students, sunk cost, are you understanding? The cost which you have already spent and you cannot recover that money. Another term you should learn is reserve. It's a type of amount or it's an amount of cost added to the project and use it in terms of risk. Yani you are saving. In your petrol, you have this one, no? In your what is this one? What is this? This one, this symbol, what is this one? It tells you that you are very less, you have petrol only this much only now. So be careful. Now in this one, see, there is no petrol left. Yani you are saving the petrol for your difficult times. Like see, many businesses during the Corona time, many companies, they closed the businesses. Why? They are unable to pay the rent. They are unable to pay the salaries because they don't have money. But big companies, what they do? They save the money for future times. So again, if the Corona comes, they save the money and they use that money during the difficult times. That is called reserve. So there are two types of reserves. One is called contingency reserve. This is to deal with known situations or known dangers, which is known as risk or unknown dangers. This is called contingency reserves. The another one, management reserve. It is to deal with unknown risks that you have not seen. The risks may happen or may not happen, but you don't know that. So to manage those, you are keeping the money separately. That is called management reserves. The first one is contingency reserve. You know those types of risks may happen, right? So this is what called reserve. Reserve is the amount of money or the time that you are adding to your project to use it in your difficult times. To use it in your difficult times. See, you are a students. You are all attending the classes. So when the semester starts, initially you are not coming for 7 days. If you don't come for 7 days or 7 classes, you will reach 20%. So what students will do, they will come regularly to the classes in the beginning. Then later, maybe in the 10th week or 12th week, if they are falling sick, then they take the permission or leave. Yani they utilize that time. So similarly here in the project, no, you add some extra money or you save the money or the time so that whenever the risk happens, whenever the dangers are occurring, threats are occurring, that time you can reuse those money or reuse that time which you saved it. That is called reserve. So reserve, sunk cost, direct cost, indirect cost, tangible, intangible reserves. These are all things you need to understand now to solve the problems what we give here. Now see here, this type of problem you may get in the exam. How to calculate the contingency reserves? Now see here, first reserve method is 10% you are adding. Add a percent of the project time and cost as a reserve for both contingency and management. Yani 10% you are saving it, extra you are adding. Reserve method is guessing, number two. Guess the appropriate amount of time and cost for your contingency reserve. Then you add, for example, I say you are developing Sims application. So instead of telling to the client that I will complete the project in 6 months, you will tell him that 9 months. So 3 months, you are taking it as buffer time. So imagine that during your project development time, some of the team members are sick. They don't come to the office. They take leave. So during that time, who will do the work? So that is the reason you are adding more amount of time to the project time deadline. Instead of 6 months, you are telling that 9 months. So if something happens, wrong happens, somebody is sick, somebody is not coming, then you can adjust the time of the project or the cost of the project. So that is the reason. That is guessing. Another one here, expected monetary value. You are going to calculate this one here. See, your project contains three, imagine that there are three types of risk. Risk means danger or threats in your project. The first risk is there is a chance of probability. Probability means chance. 30% of chance is there that risk A will happen. So if it is happening in your project, it will impact $9,000. Risk B, the probability of occurrence is 60%. If this happens, $12,000 impact will come here. Risk C, 50%. If this happens, 6%, $6,000 loss. So from these one, risk B only happens, then how much will be left in your contingency reserve? So here you have the formula here, see. The probability multiplied with the impact, then it will give you the expected monetary value, right? So 30% means 0.3 multiply by the impact 9,000. So it will give you how much here, this and this, if you multiply, it will give you this value. So similarly for risk B, risk C. So total how much? Total amount, total reserve is 12,900. 12,900 is your total reserve. So from this, if only B is happening, that means you minus the B value or C value. Okay. Now see here, what is the probability here for the B expected monetary value? 7,200. So from the total 12,900, you minus 7,200, then the remaining amount is with you $5,700. That is a reserve. So like this, you can calculate the reserve of your project, which is known as contingency reserve. So this type of problem also may come in your exam. So the question will be like given like this to you, this one. Then you should find the solution like this. Understand? This is clear? How to calculate the contingency reserve? Okay. Now see, this is an example. Now you tell me if risk B and D is happening, how much will be left in your contingency reserve? This is the problem. Calculate and tell me. So probability multiply by impact, then it will give you EMV value, expected monetary value for risk A, expected monetary value for risk B, risk C, risk D. Then total, find the total reserve, total reserve. Total is how much? Find total. Then from the total, if risk B is occurring and D is occurring, then minus these two. Then how much will be the value? So total reserve minus B, then minus D. Total reserve minus B minus D. Then how much? Tell me the answer. Calculate this and tell me the answer. Students, find the answer and please tell me. Calculate and do and tell me the answer, students.
Mr. The total 7,700.
Probability, how you took 15% means 0.15, 20%, 40% means 0.4. Like that you have to take. 1 minute. So minus B and D, how much it will come?
Mr. I think 1,600.
Yes, students, 7,000. How much you said?
7,700.
Minus B minus D after that.
1,600.
So that is the only amount left in your project contingency reserve. Other students also got the same answer.
Mr. minus B minus D, 3,300.
3,300. Okay. So 7,000 minus this one means how much? See here. Probability is how much? 0.15 multiply by 2,000. How much it will get? 0.15 multiply by 2,000. So it is 300, right? Then for B, how much? 40%, right? So 40% means 0.4 multiply by 7,500. 0.4 multiply by 7,500. So 3,000. Okay. Then for C, 50%. So 0.5 into what is the 6,000? How much? 3 0.5 into 6,000, 3,000. 0.4 0.4 into 7,500 is also that much only. Okay. Then for D, how much? 35%. 0.35. 35%. 0.35 multiply by 4,000. So 1,400. So total is 7,700. So 7,700 minus 3,000 and minus 1,400. So total is 4,400. 4,400. So 3,300 is the left out contingency reserve. 3,300, isn't it? 3,300 is the left out contingency reserve in your account. Okay, so like this, you need to calculate. You may get this type of question also, students. Okay. So now here, first step in this one is planning the cost of your project. Yani how much money you are going to totally get it. So with that money, you are going to manage and control. So why we do this one planning is it will help you to guide how much you are spending on your project. So this plan will tell you to track, to estimate, and to control. So these reasons only we are doing this cost management technique. So example here, see one more problem you may get like this. Now, can you see this one? what is the formula here? To calculate this budget, the formula is estimated effort multiplied by the rate. So this and this, if you multiply, then you will get budget. Similarly, actual cost. Okay, then actual cost, how you will get actual effort into rate. This into this, if you multiply, then you will get the actual cost. So this is the project activities, like see here, first task, scheme of work, second task, building, third task, electrical plan, training, promotion, opening. These are all the tasks you have. So who will do that one? Project manager will do this work. This work will be done by leader. This work engineer. This work HR, human resource, HR, team leader. And this is estimated effort. Yani how many hours they are going to work for this task. To complete this task is 80 hours. Building construction, 5,000 hours. Like this, for each task you have this estimated effort. And the rate for 1 hour, $120 or real. So you are working for 80 hours means 80 multiplied by 120. That will give you this much reals. 5,000 multiplied by 70. That will give you this much reals. So total cost of the project, total budget of the project is this much. But actual effort, instead of completing in 80 hours, you completed in 56 hours. This one, instead of completing in 5,000, you completed in 5,005 hours. So like that, if you multiply that, then you have got this one. So what do you think now? This project is a favorable project, yani it will bring profit to you or loss to you? What is your actual budget and what is your estimated budget? See here. If the cost is greater than the expected budget, yani the actual cost is greater than the expected budget, then it is called unfavorable budget. Yani it will bring loss to your project. But what about this project? Is it favorable or not favorable? It will bring profit or it will bring loss. Students, this project will bring you loss or this project will bring you profit? Students, can you answer this question? It will bring profit or it will bring loss? Is it favorable or not favorable? Students, please answer. This kind of problem also will be asked in the exam. Please answer this question. This project total costing technique we are doing here, cost budgeting technique. So this project is favorable or not favorable? My dear students, please tell me. Can you listen to me? Can you hear me?
Maybe it's not favorable.
Why not favorable? You see here, what is this one? What is this? This is budget. And what is this? Actual cost. And what is the formula here? See, if budget amount greater than actual cost, then favorable. Otherwise, unfavorable. So this is greater than actual cost. 497, 160 is greater than 493,820. So that means you are saving the money here. This is your budget, but actually you got this much expenses only. So this project is favorable. It will bring good results. See here, it's given. The answer is given here. So you may get like this the question. Now you tell me this one, is it favorable or not favorable? Now you will get same kind of question. Example. So is it favorable or not favorable? If it is not favorable, why? If it is favorable, why? See here, you need to find these values. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7. So the formula, I told you the formula. So to get this budget, you need to multiply this and this. Then it will give you this one. And this one, you need to rate and actual effort. If you multiply this, then you will get this one. Okay, actual effort and rate. Yeah. Now, can you tell me what is the total? Total is there here already. And here you need to find this one. So all these values you need to find. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So tell me the answer. We will close the session today. Answer, students.
Unfavorable, Mister.
So how much you got here? The value of 7.
74,820.
That means it is too much. So actual cost is higher than the estimated cost. So that reason you have to write here 7,000. How much you said?
74,820.
820. So this amount is bigger than this amount. So it is unfavorable. Because the actual cost, the amount you are spending is higher than the budget allocated. So that reason you need to write here. So for that also you will get the marks. Okay.
Okay, Mr.
So this type of question will be asked for you. So you have to practice all these things. And one more big major problem is there. I will make you solve in the next class. I need to give you the printout and solve that one. Okay. So if you any other doubts, any questions, please you can arise, you can ask. Okay, then I will take the attendance here. So please answer your attendance. Afnan. Afnan Mojud.
Yes, Mr.
Amal. Amal Al Mukhaimi. Amal is Mojud. Please answer your attendance. Where is Amal? Amal, she was there. I saw her. Okay, Amina. Amina is there.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
Hamad.
Mr.
Hamad Nasser. Hamad Nasser, where are you? Hamid Salim. Hamid Salim Al Hajri. Mojud. Hamid
Yes.
Salim. Okay, another one. Hamid Abdullah Al Najdi. Mojud. Hamid Abdullah. Answer your attendance, man. Malak.
Yes, Mr.
Mariam. Mariam Mojud.
Yes, Mr. Yes.
Okay. Muhammad Mahmood. Muhammad Hamoud Al Salti. Muhannad.
Yes, Mr. Present.
Muhannad is Mojud.
Here, موجود.
Okay. Muhammad Amir is present. Noor Nasser Al Ghammari.
Mr. Noor and Rima don't have electricity.
Allahu Akbar. They are in which world? Which universe?
Korea.
Korea. They are
Yeah.
from Muscat, I think, no?
Yes.
Hmm. Why? What happened? More rain there?
I don't know, but Rima, she sent to me to tell you.
Very good excuse. Omnia,
Yes, Mr.
Rima, Rima, you said that one. Summer, Summer is present. Summer,
Yes, Mr.
Sharifa is present. Okay, my dear students, so take care. We will meet inshallah Sunday. Then you will have mid-exam on Wednesday. Okay.
Doctor, I am here.
Who?
And-
Amal, okay.
Because of the internet.
Okay. So I will save this. Okay. Okay, students. So I will stop the recording. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Also, I will upload this recording in the Moodle. Okay, shall